Go.
Hi, welcome to Mama D's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making my orange zest sweet potato pecan cheesecake. The name is long because it's long in flavor. Let's get started by first making our pecan crust. I already have 1 cup of butter in my food processor, and to that I'm going to add a half a cup of sugar. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to pulse that until it mixes. That looks pretty good. Now to add the flour, I'm going to just take liberty and just take the top off and just add that flour in like that. Put my top back on the food processor and pulse again. Sort of loud, isn't it? You see how it's sticking to the side? You want all your ingredients to incorporate, so I don't mind stopping and just sort of wiping down the sides so I can make sure that everything in there gets incorporated. Now we're going to incorporate our pecans. That looks good. Now we can put our crust into our baking dish, and if it doesn't look like it's mixed, just mix it up a little bit more. There. And we can start putting our crust into our baking dish. What I do is take a handful of the crust and then I simply just mash it against the wall of the cake pan. And I do this all the way around until it's done. I've completed my pecan cookie crust and I'm going to set this aside. My potatoes were done and fork tender, so I decided to put them in the food processor with 1/2 cup of butter. And let me go through the other ingredients. So 2 cups of the sweet potatoes, 1/2 cup of the butter, some cream, 1/2 cup of cream, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And let's just put this on. Once I have that butter incorporated, then I just start adding my other ingredients. The milk, the cream. For today I used evaporated milk, 2 eggs, and the brown sugar is my ingredient that helps make it get a crust. So just add that in there. Your cinnamon, your nutmeg, and your vanilla. And let's just get this thing. Let's look at it and see if it looks creamy. It looks pretty creamy to me. I'm gonna get my spatula. And I try not to wipe down the sides, and I'll tell you why. It's the same reason when I'm using the mixer. The blades, when you're making the sweet potato, if you let the blades stir, they're going to get strings on them from the potatoes. Lift that blade out and put it under the sink and rinse it out, and then put it back in your mix again and do it again. And that will take out all of the strings out of your sweet potato pie. This is the same recipe for sweet potato pie. Now that we have this made, let's move on to our orange zest cheesecake. We're ready to make our orange zest cheesecake filling. The ingredients are 3 8-ounce bars of Philadelphia cream cheese, 1 cup of condensed milk, 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of flour, 4 eggs, 3 tablespoons of orange zest, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 teaspoon of orange extract. So let's begin mixing. I like for my cream cheese to sort of be smooth before I add the other ingredients. You turn it down low. First I'm going to add the sugar. Then I'm going to add the milk. Try it in coffee. It's really good. Then I'm going to add my 4 eggs, my wonderful orange zest, yummers, orange flavoring, vanilla flavoring. I'm going to scrape down the sides. So I'm going to make sure this is well incorporated. And then I will add my flour, my 1/2 cup of flour. Alice mix. I don't worry about if the cream cheese has the lumps in it, because when it's in the oven, they'll melt out. But I do like to beat it a bit. I wish you could smell this. Now we're ready to assemble our cheesecake. We're going to start first with our orange zest cheesecake. Pour it in. But you don't want to fill it too full because you want to leave room for this wonderful sweet potato crust. And you want to try to lightly put it over there so it doesn't just go to the bottom. Just smooth that over. And now we're ready to go to the oven. I've had my oven at 365, so it's been waiting on this. So let's take it in. It's going to bake for approximately 55 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes. It depends on the cooking time of your oven. After it cooks, I'll be taking it out and letting it cool on the counter for about an hour. And then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for a minimum of 3 hours to let it get cool. I won't remove it to the pan, from the pan, until it comes out of the refrigerator. And that will be our next segment. Now time to take that cheesecake out of the refrigerator. Yummers. And we're going to remove it from the pan. It released just fine. See, the parchment paper really does help it. I've taken my cheesecake out of the refrigerator and removed it from the cheesecake pan, and the crust came out just beautifully. I love it. Now we're going to decorate a little bit. I'm just going to add a little bit of a garnish. I don't want to overdo it because my plate is the most important part. I'm going to take a plate. I have these crystal plates. Love them. And what I'm going to do is I always try to keep my knife hot when I'm cutting things that are cold like cheesecakes. So I hope that that way that it will just go right through it. Oh man, and it's doing that. I'm so happy. Sweet potato cheesecake. Sweet potato is one of my family's favorite things. So there we have the cheesecake. And what I'm going to do is add a little bit of this delicious caramel sauce. Put some there. Some there. Some there. A little bit there. I'm going to add my candied pecans. And I love these candied pecans. You could get them at the grocery store and they're already sweetened. Then we're going to take an orange slice. We're going to twist it over our cheesecake. Thank you for this opportunity to present my orange zest sweet potato cheesecake to you. I hope that you have fun if you try to make it, and it will be delicious. Have a great day. Bye-bye.